You're watching E.T.N, where we don't do news, we just talk entertainment. Share and subscribe.
Hey guys, welcome to Entertainment Talk Nation. This is Rob. This video, The Matrix 4 officially confirmed and will have Keanu Reeves and Carrie-Anne Moss. Pretty exciting. I know, right? It sounds crazy. You think the fourth movie in the series, why would you be excited for that? And you know what? I am, because it's not a reboot. And with a reboot, you're talking about taking these iconic characters in this groundbreaking movie and rebooting it with people that nobody's going to have any connection with. You know what I mean? So I'm actually happy that this is a sequel and not a reboot. With that said, I like The Matrix in general. Now, the last two movies, I always felt, when people ask me, Rob, what are your favorite movies? What are some of your favorite movies of all time? And when we get to the sci-fi genre, separating this from my Godzilla love, because Godzilla just stands and it's on its own. But in terms of cinema, The Matrix is one of my favorite movies of all time when you get to the sci-fi / action genre category. And the reason is because it's a very original story, as well as groundbreaking special effects, especially with the whole slow motion turning around thing. That was groundbreaking. That was something that was first done in The Matrix. And interestingly enough, Keanu Reeves has been part of groundbreaking cinema styles and art and presentation. Of course, The Matrix, as I just mentioned, and also in John Wick with the gun fu, which is what they call it. Now, I'm not saying John Wick originated gun fu. I'm pretty certain they didn't. I'm pretty sure that there are a lot of foreign action films that have done that, specifically out of Asia. But in terms of presenting it to a mass crowd, to a mass audience, here in the States, John Wick was the series to do that. So it's amazing. Keanu Reeves has been involved in some of the more groundbreaking action movies out there in the last 20 years. So, and I'm excited to see him back as Neo, Now, I always felt that the first Matrix could have ended right there. There was no need to make another Matrix movie after the first one. But they did. And none of them are as good as the first. The first is going to be the best one. And they did progressively get a little worse. The third one is, a lot of people compare it to Return of the Jedi because there's so many different things going on at once. And a lot of movies kind of have that symptom. It's a fair but unfair criticism at the same time, because when you have a trilogy, you want to end the last movie on a high note. You can make the same argument with Lord of the Rings, Return of the King, which was written well before, the Star Wars saga. So I don't think that's a fair criticism for many movies that do things that are similar, but I can understand why people see it that way. But in the end, no, they were not as good as the original, but they were still enjoyable. There was still great action and fighting sequences in those movies. And, I think the interesting thing now is where the story picks up. Last we saw, Neo was dead. Zion was saved and the robots went about their business. So where do we pick up from there? Well, my first theory is that the architect in the Matrix Reloaded mentions to Neo when he first meets him that the Matrix has been done over 6 times, or it's been reset. And every time the one came to the architect, he had a choice. He could either go through one door to save the people, or he goes through another door to save his love. And he always told Neo, or the one I should say, we don't know if it's always been the same kind of person. If he goes through the door to save his love, then Zion gets destroyed. And every time the one was presented with this option, he always chose to save the people. Neo was the first one to actually choose to save his love. And it turns out not only did Zion not get destroyed, but a peace negotiation was settled between the machines and man in order to destroy Agent Smith, who had become a virus within the Matrix. And if he stood there, he would eventually come out and destroy people as well, as we saw with what happened with Bane in that movie. So it could be that this is another reset. And when, instead of it ending the way the architect always said it would, this time the reset ends at a peace negotiation, but everything gets reset. People forgot about the peace negotiation, this and that. They choose 6 men, 9 women. I think he said it was 6, I know it was like 6 or 7 men and like 16 women or something like that, to restart human civilization and then restart Zion and all that. So it could be that this is another reset, but a different circumstance that brought it about. The other thing is that perhaps this Neo wasn't dead. Maybe he didn't die. Maybe he was just knocked out. The machines dragged him about to kind of give him surgery or something like that. Very, very plausible. And then he returns to Zion, and maybe the machines get bored of this agreement, that maybe they need more energy, and they start trying to trap people again. Because you remember at the end of the movie, the architect said that those who want to be free will be freed. So this only tells me that the people in Zion continued their quest to free minds within the Matrix, and those willing to be freed were there was no resistance from the Matrix. The Matrix let them go, but there's still some people who live in the Matrix. Well, maybe it got to the point where so many people wanted to be freed that the machines are starting to realize now, hey, we're running out of juice here. This is not working out for us. It may be peaceful, but we're slowly dying a slow death. And the machines are revolting and reneging on their deal. Maybe there's, so there's a lot of different directions they can go. And I'm actually kind of excited to see where it goes. So anyway, that's it for this video. I just kind of wanted to give my 2 cents on that and give my little bit of theory right off the bat about what's to happen in this movie. But I'm going to keep my close eye on this one because I love The Matrix. And I'm kind of excited to see where they're going to go with this. And knowing that Keanu Reeves and Carrie-Anne Moss are returning, and hopefully Lawrence Fishburne gets confirmed at some point, I'm actually very much looking forward to seeing where this is going to go. So anyway, let me know in the comment section, what do you think about The Matrix 4 officially being confirmed and starring Keanu Reeves? Are you excited for it? Are you like, I think look, I'll be fair here. I think it's been too long since the last Matrix, and I don't necessarily think we need another one, but I'd be lying if I said I wasn't excited for it, Anyway, you guys take it easy. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, share and like this video because it helps the channel a great deal. And don't forget to follow me on all my media platforms, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And until next time, this is Rob signing off for E.T.N, where we don't do news, we just talk entertainment. Take it easy.